future workforce and the rebound of COVID-19 is, as always, a big topic. And to tell us more about what EY are doing, I have their global aerospace and defence sector leader with me, Stephane Lagut. It's great to see you here. First of all, can you give us a bit of an overview on who EY is?
So EY is a global firm of professional services. So we are known for our traditional services, I would say, that are rather like sector non-specific, like tax, advisory, accounting, auditing services. But I'd like to insist more today on the engineering side and transformation side of what we can bring to our customers. So on the engineering side, for instance, we have like the EY Nottingham Spurk Innovation Hub, where we have real engineering capabilities to bring to life IPs and monetize IPs for our client, and bringing those values to the client and the sector.
And you say, I mean, EY is such a sort of all-encompassing organisation, I suppose, is the best way of saying it. And when we talk about workforce and things, which we will come to, there's been an announcement you made this week. So tell us a bit about that.
Yes, we make a publication on the future of commercial aviation with the transformation in the sector. So of course the sustainability aspect, both with the flying devices, but also the infrastructure, the consumption of fuels, etc. But I think also the very important, as you mentioned, when the evolution of the workforce and the appetite and what is inspiring the workforce. And I think with the high proportion of people who are going to retire in the industry over the coming like 5 years, like attracting and retaining talent is absolutely critical for the rebound of the industry. Maybe if I make a parallel with the chip or the semiconductor industry, like competing for talent is like all the players are competing for the same type of talent. So really attracting and retaining talent is absolutely critical.
And you say it's critical as well, but also on the rebound of this COVID-19 pandemic that the world's gone through, as we all know. I mean, we don't need to kind of dress it up. We all know what's been going on over the last number of years, but that has had an impact on the workforce and maybe people's focus and what they're willing to do and what they want to do. So from EY's point of view, how has that impacted you? And how do you approach the changes that's come since COVID-19?
Yeah, so we approach it in a different, from different angles. One, there is the way of working. So of course, like everybody, a more distant working, but also in person. So a kind of mixed and hybrid way of working. But also people during the COVID crisis have been rethinking what their priorities in life. So the importance of a purpose and why people get motivated, what is inspiring for our people is coming more front of the front of mind. Yeah. So the sustainability aspect, why the people want to work in that particular industry, how they can contribute by bringing ideas in the transformation of the sector. The ESG, is basically a transformation topic, but also contributing, to additional engineering, different ways of working, bringing together ideas, partnering, and that's what is motivating the workforce now.
You talked about retention of the workforce as well. I mean, this 5 years, it sounds like it's a very short time, 5 years, isn't it? So how do you go about maybe retaining the top minds that are currently there, recruiting the new minds that are there that can also work alongside, because there does need to be a bit yin yang going on, doesn't there? You can't just have one without the other. You need to have those young minds coming through. And also, when we talk about the young minds, is that a lot of potential, say, engineers coming into a business, for example, that have a slightly different focus? They're younger, they're driven by sustainability and change. Is that how it works for you?
So in terms of attraction and retention, so I think the diversity of the workforce is important. So not necessarily, of course, we need to have the brightest minds, but the best team players as well. The partnering and cooperation, I think, is very critical. That's a key word we keep hearing here in Farnborough this week. That's our DNA, basically. So having people with different set of skills, appetites, areas of focus is very important. Having the diversity from geographical background, gender, and all other kind of diversity is very important to bring new ideas to life, and that's fruitful environment. I think that's absolutely vital for the evolution of the industry. And in our organization, we have like 43,000 people, for instance, in the aerospace and defense sector. The average age is about 27 years old with a too high rotation.
Yeah.
So we have that experience, so we have developed that experience of attracting and trying to retain people. So we'd like to share that with our client and bring that expertise to our client.
I suppose innovation, when we think of innovation, we always think of technological innovation, don't we? We always think about, oh, that bit of that gadget over there that does this amazing thing. But innovation also works in recruitment, doesn't it? And works in retention. So what innovative ways do EY approach this?
So is the focus on sector, so giving purpose and I would say feeding the appetite for industry. For instance, I'm a pilot myself, so working on an area where we're talking and working with flying devices and so on is very appealing. So there's different ways of attracting people. People get interested by different aspects that can be surprising. For instance, I'm based in Japan, and a number of people who have learned Japanese because of manga. That's a strange way of getting into the Japanese business world, but that's the way, and then we need to be cognizant and respectful and welcoming for those different aspects.
So innovation shows itself in many, many different ways. And it sounds like EY are the top of the pyramid, really, and doing their thing. Stephane, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.